Oh, you're so sweet, I swear. Te mando un besito.
All right, we're on.
We're on.
Just
Facts.
go Acid Cult TV. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you, man?
Dude, I always talk about how the live stream, we got to start off with just general, yeah, how's it going? What have you been up to? But I'm just never fucking up to anything these days.
It's like the reverse. It's like I'm always up to something.
Do you have any Halloween plans?
I mean, I know a friend's having a Halloween party at one of his places in Brooklyn, so we're probably gonna end up stopping there and partying. That's about it.
Yeah, I haven't had Halloween plans in years. It's annoying because I'm the horror movie guy. So people,
Yeah, I would expect you to have a Halloween plan for sure.
yeah, the few people that I do talk to. Hey, what's up, Fizz? Fizz, yeah, we are late tonight. It's funny, I wanted to tell you, but there's not. I guess I could have messaged you on Instagram. But hey, what's up, Annie? Oh, Annie's probably gonna ask about I don't know if we can talk about the potential guest you brought up.
Potential.
Yeah, you messaged me about it last week. I don't know. I don't want us to start saying names.
I don't. Potential guest.
You've messaged me a couple times about Evan.
Oh, Evan, yeah.
And I made a passing.
That's up to you. We're waiting for you, dude, to say when you want to.
I made a passing comment to Annie saying that we might try to get him on, and so I would imagine she's showing up in chat to ream us about not having him on. And
of course, she's like a big fan, huh?
And I totally forgot about it. And then
dude, yeah. So anytime this week, he's down to come on. So I mean, whenever you're ready. I don't know if you want. Do you want to record it or do you want to do it live?
Yeah, see there. She said there. She says,
"Where's Evan? Where's Evan? Oh my God, she's.
Like, I might do it live with him just because that might be fun. If if Annie,
I think live would be great.
Yeah,
because then Annie gets to see him.
Might as well do it live. I actually do have Halloween plans for the stream that I forgot about. I'm gonna be live on Halloween at about 1 p.m. California time, talking to. Oh God, I don't even know how to describe this guy. Let me try to find what is his name. It's a clown.
A clown.
I'm having a clown. I'm having a clown on the channel on Halloween.
Wait. Okay, this is new.
I think his name is Griselda Pugh. Let me try to find it. He's a musician, I think. Actually, yeah, I just found I found his music video. This guy. Let me get him on screen.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was messaged by somebody who I've previously had on the channel that runs an indie label, a record label in the UK. And they messaged me saying, will you have this guy on around Halloween time because he's dropping a new single? And at first I said, actually, I don't know if I am going to do it live. I should do it live. I'll do it live. That's what we'll do. Just because I don't want to edit it. That was one of my complaints. I don't want to, I don't really know this guy, so it's not like they asked me and I don't mind doing it. I'm not trying to complain about it. I don't mind doing it. It's just, I didn't know who he was. I'm not letting the music on right now because I don't want to get copyrighted or whatever. I think his music is copyrighted, but but then I thought, well, actually having a clown on for Halloween, just that alone should be, I'll do that.
That is strange. I mean, what does he do? Does he just like an artist or like?
He's a musician. There's a song playing right now. It's a music video. I just don't want to deal with the copyright.
You're gonna have him on, so it may be like,
Well, if he wants to do the music stuff, I'll do.
Okay.
He's having Art the Clown. Art the Clown, dude. Have you seen the Terrifier movies?
I love Terrifier. That's like, to me, Terrifier is this generation's, like, I know people like really rag on me when I say this, but I believe like Terrifier is this generation's like Michael Myers or Michael Myers or fucking Halloween or whatever slasher you want to say. I believe that Terrifier is that because like what other movie from like I would even say like 2000 to now, that has been like a new slasher and not like just some rerun or some rewrite, like that was big that people actually packed out the movie theaters to see. So to me, Terrifier is that movie, and I fucking love it.
I have mixed feelings on them. I really like Terrifier 3. That's been my favorite so far. I hate 2. I hate 2 with all of my being. I liked 1.
What? That I love to. It's like, I mean, I know it gets kind of like goofy, but like just the artistic way of killing someone is pretty amazing.
So,
I mean,
first of all, I'm not a fan of clowns in my horror, and it's not because I'm afraid of clowns. I don't. I think they're cheesy and they're overrated. The only clown I like is Captain Spaulding, of course. Rob Zombie's Captain
yeah,
Spaulding.
yeah.
And Art, my theory with Art the Clown, he is the big slasher of this generation. And I think what it is he just came along at the right time. I think our generation, or in the younger generations, were just so desperate. Hey, what's up, shit piss? I think they were just I think they were just so desperate. Shit piss, what do you think about the Terrifier movies? I think the generations were just so desperate for a new slasher king that Art the Clown came along and they grabbed onto it. I really think if it would have been any
Mm.
slasher villain that was new and could have come along, could have grabbed that spot, and Art just so happened to grab it. The last slasher that I really liked, I don't know if you saw Thanksgiving by Eli Roth.
Thanksgiving was pretty dope. I liked
I
it. It was dope.
I love that movie. That movie is the closest thing to one of the classic 80s slashers we've gotten in a long time. Even the storyline where something happens and then fast forward a year and the villain comes back for revenge against the town. That to me, that was the best 80s throwback slasher we've got. And of course,
Have
Eli
you?
Roth being such a horror fan, he knows his horror, so he knows how to do it right. The
Yeah,
Terrifier stuff, I like, like I said, I have Terrifier 3 on Blu-ray. I did really like 3. I used to rag on Damien Leone. I think that's the writer director.
yeah, yeah.
Because I thought the transition from 1 to 2 was so bad. I really, 1 is cool. I love a good basic simple, right? Just girls running around an abandoned building running from a killer, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
But then 2 got way too big and grandiose, way too fast. And I used to say, he's an effects guy. He was a gore practical effects guy. This is what happens when you give an effects guy a movie and let him write it. But then Terrifier 3 came out, and I said, I got to give him his chops because he really did a good job at writing. And, he's got this whole lore around the characters now. And so he's proven to be a good writer. Like I said,
Yeah.
Terrifier 2 was a bit much for me, but 3, I really liked 3. I actually saw it in the theater twice.
Yeah, same. So like I think the reason why I like Terrifier 2, because it was good to see like Art the Clown.
What's up, Dirty White Boy?
I think it was good to see Art the Clown like have his moment, because I mean I'm a like longtime fan. Like I remember in high school watching All Hallows Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Like that far back. So it was like good because when I watched All Hallows Eve, it was one of those like, one of those movies where you watch, you're just kind of like, it's nighttime, you're laying down, and you get on like Tubi or something, and you're like, oh, this is like a cool horror movie, but it's not much.
Yeah.
And that was All Hallows Eve to me. And to see like the Terrifier 2 was like, whoa. Like I'm one of those fans that never expected it to get that big. So that's why I liked it, I would say.
It's good. I like it for the genre. Dirty White Boy, dude, I'm glad. That's so cool that I love Halloween 3, A Season of the Witch. Of course, you gotta love Michael Myers, and season 3 is the outlier, the weird movie of the bunch, but it's so Halloween-ish. I just put up a video, 5 movies I recommend anybody watch on Halloween, and my one of my rules was no actual Halloween movies, because that'd be too easy to take the Halloween movies and say, this is a great Halloween movie. But Halloween 3 actually really nails that Halloween feeling. The kids in the masks trick-or-treating, you get the iconic shots of the kids, walking over the kind of sunset lighting background. And yeah, I love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, and it took me a while to watch it. The Halloween movies are great. Of course I love the Rob Zombie versions, and everybody hates on those. But okay, speaking of Halloween, chat, keep rolling with whatever you want, but we will bring up the first specific topic of the night. Axl Rose is alive again.
I love it. I love Axl Rose being alive again.
Let me try to pull up the
video.
Yeah, let me get the clip going real quick. I have it muted for now, but you'll see Axl Rose right here. He kicks the kick drum. Like, he specifically goes over to the drummer and just decides to kick the kick drum. Like, he's angry. Then he throws his microphone at the kick drum again. He's really picking on the drummer.
Imagine a drummer. I know he like shit his pants, dude.
Oh, he's probably stressing so bad right now.
He's like, I'm not an original drummer here. I don't know if he's like gonna fucking fire me or what the fuck.
He thinks he's getting fired for sure.
Yeah.
And Axl apparently after he throws the mic, I think he walks off stage. Yeah, he walks off stage. He leaves.
Did you ever get intel on what actually like went down?
We do have the story.
Okay.
And the drummer is safe. The drummer is fine. That's what's funny is that he picked on the drummer and it wasn't the drummer. So the story, there he is throwing the mic at the drums again.
Fuck.
The story is that his in-ear monitors were malfunctioning. That's all it was. All he could hear in his ears was the drums, I think, in the monitor. So that's why he was picking on the drums.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
But
I mean, this is such, okay, I want to say this. It's such, like, it's so douchey behavior, but I fucking love it. Like, and I'm not ashamed of it. Like, I feel like rock and roll is finally back. Like, it's sad that it took, like, a 60-year-old plus man to bring rock and roll back. Like, it's good to see those on-stage antics. I love it.
Let me see. I have the tweet. I have a tweet bookmark that actually has,
like, the information that he...
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure it's let's see, Rockfeed. Thanks to Rockfeed again.
Of course, Guns N' Roses always has everything.
During Guns N' Roses October 18th set in Argentina, Axl Rose threw his mic at drummer Isaac Carpenter's kit right after Welcome to the Jungle, ripped off his jacket and stormed off stage. And later in the set, he kicked the drum mid-riser performance. Then it says Rose later addressed the crowd, blaming technical issues. It says, but the story's still unclear, but they did say that it was just technical issues with his in-ear monitors. The thing is, it's classic Axl Rose. Everyone loves Axl Rose throwing a fit. That's like, dude, the reason you used to go see Guns N' Roses back in the late 80s, early 90s was you might spend $60 on a ticket and you might only get 20 minutes of a show because Axl will throw a tantrum. But seeing Axl Rose throw a tantrum is worth
the ticket. It's worth the fucking ticket. Yeah.
I watched a Halloween documentary with John Carpenter, and he was like, I didn't think we could get any more juice out of Michael Myers. Yeah, the Halloween story. It's funny because John Carpenter's idea would have been genius. He wanted to do an anthology series where every Halloween movie would just be a different movie. So today we'd be on like fucking Halloween 52, and it would just be a different Halloween movie every year. The reason Season of the Witch failed is because it was already 2 Michael Myers movies in. So if in a timeline, in an alternate timeline, if there was Halloween 1 with Michael Myers, and then if Halloween 2 was Season of the Witch, we could have gotten a whole anthology series. But since they made Halloween 2 a Michael Myers movie, after 2 Michael Myers Halloween movies, you now associate Michael Myers with Halloween. So by the time they got to 3, they had to bring Michael Myers back for 4.
And let's talk about how the fucking awful mask. I mean,
oh, in 2 or 4.
I think both. I think anything from like
after 1
to H2O was like fucking horrible. I mean, it's sad. It's sad.
Axl Rose next to the bass player looks like a hobbit. I think Axl might be not the tallest. Well, their bass player Duff is very tall, I think.
Nothing makes Gianni Glam more nervous than Dirty White Boys.
Dirty White Boys.
I love Dirty White Boys. They're hot, man. I love it.
Dude, yeah, no, Axl Rose throwing a tantrum. Say what you want about his voice. At least he's still got that fire inside. That's what I'm saying. He's got the fire still. That's what I wanted to see,
I mean, that's rock and roll. Come on. I mean,
it is cool to see a mature Axl. Like, there was a clip that came out a couple months ago that was, something happened to where, I don't remember, some technical difficulty. It might have been like Slash's guitar went out or something happened. And Axl laughed about it and gave Slash a hug on stage, and everybody was like, "Dude, 1988, Axl Rose would have left. He would have thrown a tantrum. He pretty much was looking for excuses to throw a tantrum and leave. But nowadays,
fucking leaving.
Nowadays, you do see him like things go wrong, and he will laugh and just kind of have a good time about it. But so it's cool to see a little bit of the old school fire.
Mm-hmm.
John Carpenter was legit onto some real aura. But she made everyone a different Halloween theme. Yeah, because we'd be getting just a different Halloween movie every year or every 2 years or whatever. It was a genius idea. John Carpenter does rule. Dirty White Boy, I'm sure you've seen it if you haven't. You got to watch Escape from New York. That's, of course, one of the best non-horror John Carpenter films. Love that movie.
But you know what I didn't like? John Carpenter saying he didn't like the
Rob Zombie version.
No. He didn't like it wasn't even the Halloween. It was like the one with
Recently he said he hated The Substance.
Yeah, I was like, I thought The Substance was dope. I don't know why he would
I never saw The Substance. Weird. But John Carpenter, he's one of those guys. He probably hates everything that came out after like 1965. He's just one of those guys. He hates Hollywood. He just likes to smoke weed and play music. I think just for sure nowadays.
Yeah.
He does this awkward thing at conventions. You can find clips of it. He's the guy that will talk about politics in any scenario. And there was this one video from him at a convention. He was doing he talked for like an hour, and then the fans came up to the microphone and asked questions. And oh yeah, Dirty White Boy. Oh dude, I know Kurt Russell would have been on Dirty White Boys, who I'd like to meet in like their MySpace, on your MySpace profile for sure. Dude, Kurt Russell is the fucking man, and every boy should aspire to look up to fucking Kurt Russell. Especially in The Thing with the big cowboy hat. Dude, fucking classic. But okay, John Carpenter, he was at a convention, and just out of nowhere, like I said, fans are coming up to the microphone asking questions, and he just goes, "Can I get a show of hands here? Who is voting for Donald Trump?" And like a few people
he just out loud said that.
A few people raised their hands, and he's just like, "Oh, interesting," because he hates Donald Trump, and it's fine, but it's like. Does. And then it just was awkward after that. One of the fans walked up and she said, "By the way, I am voting for Donald Trump, but here's my question." And she kind of clapped back at him a little bit. And it's, he's old. He's very old. So he's got that pass where he can just pop off and say whatever. But it's like, I just don't want to hear about it. I'm at a horror convention. I want to talk about Halloween. I want to talk about
Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless we're talking about They Live. They Live is a very political movie, and that is one of his best movies. But it's one of those movies that does the politics right, where it's like, it doesn't push you in one direction necessarily. It kind of just pushes you to look at things. Like, that's how things used to be. Fizz, how much do you love the Dark Crystal? Wait, what's the Dark Crystal? What was Fizz talking about that makes you think of Dark Crystal?
I know. What the hell is that?
Playing basketball for his life in post-apocalyptic New York. Dude, the idea of New York just being turned into a prison is what needs to happen nowadays, for sure. We need to just put walls around New York, and just anybody that gets arrested, just send them there and let them...
Fuck that. I'm in New York. I can't be doing that right now.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Wait till you get out of there.
Wait till I get out there. Give me 2 months. I'll be back home.
Greatest anonymous mystery movie ever. It's the dog in the opening of the movie. The fucking dog brings the thing to the snow base. Yeah, if they would have killed the dog, everything would have been good. It's funny when little things like the whole movie could be prevented. Like anybody that's seen The Lost Boys, I always think about, dude, the grandpa could have told them about vampires the day they moved in, and this whole movie would have been fucking prevented. His profile picture is from the movie. Okay, I didn't know that. I've never looked at Fizz's profile too in depth, but of course it's very small from what I see right now. So I would have to zoom in on YouTube or something.
That's cool.
But yeah, as far as the Axl Rose thing, I think rock and roll fans probably enjoyed that. I think
absolutely enjoyed that.
Old school Guns N' Roses fans probably enjoyed it. I did see some comments. Of course, they're the fucking squares that are like, "Oh, it wasn't cool then, and it's not cool now to be a drama." It's like, bro, this is classic Axl Rose.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is why, he was.
Yeah, this is the reason why we love him. I mean, without him doing that, to me, I know it is a little weird that he's older, but like, that's kind of the reason why we love Axl Rose.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're definitely late to this one.
Oh yeah, dude.
But who wants to talk about Kiss a little bit? Ace Frehley. You know what I gotta complain about? You know what I fucking hate? Ace Frehley passes away. And, of course, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, they say very kind things about him online, right? And you get these people in the comments that are like, "Oh, Gene Simmons treated Ace Frehley like shit. Gene Simmons doesn't care about Ace Frehley." And I'm like...
Stink Stanley.
Well, it's coming from these people that it's like, bro, you don't know anything about what... all you know is what you've seen in interviews. What I'm saying is the relationship between band members is so much more complex than people understand. Ace Frehley always said Gene Simmons was his friend. Sure, they had disagreements on the band. Sure, it didn't work out playing in a band. But to me, they were brothers at the end of the day. And I would never comment on the relationship between two people that I've never.
Yeah, to me, if you've never been in a fucking band, like, you shouldn't talk because you don't know. Yeah, Dirty White Boy, he died.
Yeah,
But
Dirty White Boy, where have you been?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Dude,
think like a week or two ago at this point.
yeah, if you've never been in a band, you don't know like how much, like, especially like I've been me being in different bands, like I've had so many arguments with my band member and stopped talking to them over time, and then we talk to them again, or we're not talking, and then we see each other at a party, and it's like, oh yeah, what's up? But imagine being in a band with people for fucking years and years, and then you have the fucking success. Like, if you weren't in a band, you don't get it. Like, you could fucking hate each other, like, but still like have some kind of mutual respect.
Oh yeah, I forgot Dirty White Boy got bombed on Instagram. They took his Instagram down for no reason.
Why? No
They
reason, like,
marked him. He woke up to an email from Meta for some ridiculous reason, like child endangerment, just like some bizarre shit. And it's like, dude, Dirty White Boy posted pictures of
what
his
are you
car.
doing, Dirty White Boy? What's going on, man?
Yeah, no, but yeah, he posted pictures of his car and like his kids. Yeah, but it was like it's one of those things that has to be like some AI mistake or some shit, and they're just not gonna fix it. Yeah, no,
And
they
then
don't.
there's no number to call either. You can't like call and be like, "Hey, what's going on? You know, I actually did this wrong." Yeah.
He had to, he filed an appeal, but I'm sure the
Fuck.
appeal goes to the same AI bot that struck him for no reason.
And
in
they're
the first
like,
place.
absolutely not.
Yeah, no, it's all stupid. But tell us fucking dude. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will make a Discord. As of right now, it would literally just be you, Fizz. You'd be the only person in the Discord.
Dude, why don't we ever go live to like stream live to Instagram?
I think I could. I think I could fit one more. What I pay for, I know I do YouTube and Twitch. I might be able to also be live on Instagram. I could.
Dude,
check.
I'll fucking add it because I think Instagram would get a lot of fuck that make the chat crazy. Like, honestly.
I've thought about going live on the Instagram on this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, band psychology is like one of my favorite topics in the world. One of my things that I would do if I had money to go to like a nice college. I would like to get a psychology degree and open up my own practice where I specifically focus on people in bands and failed artists. That'd be a big thing to me. People like myself, right? The band thing didn't work out for me. I did not become a rock star. Here I am on a YouTube channel with under 1,000 subscribers. There's a lot of, there's a lot of psychological problems that go along with that people don't think about. But being in a band is used to get 1K subs to Discord. No, it's not. You don't promote on Discord. Discord is where you promote people to go to. Fizz, if you got the secrets to hitting 1,000, you gotta let me know. But yeah, no, people don't understand being in a band. It's basically like a marriage, a 4 or 5-way marriage. It's it's complicated, and just even aside from that, it's just again people that have never met Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley or Ace Frehley or Peter Criss a day in their life, commenting about how, as if they know anything. It's like all you know is what we all know. We've all seen interviews. We all know that Ace got kicked out. I will say my only real problem with what they did to Ace was I never liked when they had other guitarists wear his face paint. That was always ridiculous.
Yeah, they should have retired it and let like make up a new kind of animal or whatever the fuck,
Yeah, like they did with the drummer when they brought in the Fox, Eric Carr or whatever. But best part is Meta owns Facebook. So, oh yeah, I forgot I lost his Facebook too. My Instagrams. Personal gaming profile on my phone is IP banned. Meta AI is ass. Yeah, letting the AI bots be in charge of social media like that is ridiculous. I mean, what if you were making your living on, people make a living on Instagram and Facebook, and your shit gets banned like that? It's ridiculous. Strictly YouTube now. They got Meta as known YouTuber. They would have taken that too. Yeah, YouTube it seems to be a bit harder. It does happen though. People get their YouTube channels nuked for no reason too. Back to the monkey app while looking at Johnny, aka Nikki Frey. Did you mean to say Nikki Frey, or did you mean to put fresh?
Nikki Frey.
I want to go in the monkey app. It's basically just like the new version of Chat Roulette or Omegle. But yeah. Anyways, those are the comments I see that piss me off. Just people, oh, Gene Simmons doesn't give a fuck about Ace Frehley, and it's like, no, I'm sure they were brothers. They just had disagreements when it came to playing in a band together. And they've said that Gene is obviously a businessman who's all about the money. And he said that Ace Frehley doesn't really take it. He's a rock star. Ace Frehley was always the joker of of the band. He
Yeah,
was kind of
no.
he was more loose. He was the party guy, whereas Gene is the uptight guy with dollar bills up his ass, which is fine, to each their own. But that was their main disagreement, which is how
Yeah.
serious they were.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, but like, I mean, that's the thing. When you're in a band, dude, like, eventually, especially in the '70s. I mean, if you look at Kiss's trajectory and where they went to, like in the '80s, there's no way I can see, Ace Frehley sticking with that at all.
Yeah.
Because it just became a corporation, and Ace Frehley, he just wanted to be a New York guy who's street rock and roll. Like, he wasn't some like corporate rock guy, arena rock guy at all.
Oh, especially as much as I love Lick It Up, imagine Ace Frehley playing Lick It Up. Like, no way would that have worked.
No way would that have worked. It's like it's no way. He's a fucking Jewish kid from the Bronx playing rock and roll. Like, he's not some guy in Hollywood trying to be fancy and be in arenas. Like, he's it's not gonna work.
Dirty White Boy, I've done a couple stretches where I got rid of all my social media. One time when I was with Calamity Jane, we got rid of Instagram and Facebook and all that, and that was a good time. But I had a steady girlfriend during the time, so I was never, without someone to talk to. When I first got clean, I deleted all my stuff, and then I realized I was very lonely. I actually had nobody to talk to, and so I just got Instagram back. Nowadays, I could get rid of it because I don't talk to anybody except for, old friends that aren't even actually friends anymore that send me reels. But I've got the disco Instagram attached to my Instagram now, so I actually have to keep it if I want to do this. It honestly kind of sucks doing I'm not even famous on YouTube, and there have been streams where like I'm depressed as shit and I don't want to get up and do it, but I'm like, ah, fuck, I gotta get up and do this fucking live stream. But that's literally, I mean, I hate when famous streamers complain about their job. Oh, it's such hard work. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're sitting in your fucking bedroom right now talking about fuck you, talking about hard work. Tim Pool does that. Tim Pool, the guy that does that Timcast IRL politics talk, the guy with the beanie on all the time. I've seen a lot of clips of him going, you don't know how hard I work. I work fucking 10-hour days. And he's like,
yeah,
dude,
but 10 hours days doing like fun shit.
He's like, every morning I wake up, I come to the studio, I watch the news, I get the topics I want to talk about, I get on live stream. I'm like, fuck you, you fucking faggot, talking about I work hard, I watch the news. Like, I fucking can't stand these people, dude. I would kill if my job was watching the news and talking. Like, come on. But yeah, Ace Frehley, man. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a guitarist after Kiss that doesn't list him as a major influence, for sure.
Absolutely, I agree.
Did you see John 5 is opening up his own Kiss museum in LA?
I did not see that. What?
John 5 has possibly the largest Kiss memorabilia collection.
Yes, his own, but I didn't know he's opening up as a.
Yeah,
Fuck.
he
That's
took
wild.
he took. You should actually try to go sometime. Let me see. John 5 opened a private Kiss museum called the Knights in Satan's Service Museum in Los Angeles for public tours in May of 2025. Is it already over, or is it going to keep?
Yeah, I don't know. The only Kiss museum I know is in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I know Annie's been to that one a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Public tours took place in May 2025 for a limited time. So he was taking people on tours for $500, and I don't know if it's still going on or if it was only open for a little bit, but he did open a Kiss tour. Yeah, he has possibly like the biggest. You can look at pictures and videos of it, dude. It's fucking huge. Like he's got everything.
Let me look it up right now. Like,
Here, I got it right here too. I can pull some up on screen. That sucks that it's so small, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at it right now on my another tab.
Dude, all those posters. I love those old school posters and flyers and shit.
Yeah, I like the one. Yeah, he has some he had one in his video, like a couple of. Oh shit. Oh wow, dude! Those old school posters are insane, dude.
Yeah, every rock star loves Kiss. I mean,
anyone who say they don't love Kiss are fucking just trying to be like, oh, look how cool I am. Like, stop.
I would kill to survive off streaming and content creation. Oh yeah, I would kill an innocent human being if I got like 1 million subscribers tomorrow and made my living just live streaming. I would kill an innocent human being for sure. Kiss probably the only band to reach the top, fall off, and completely reach the top again twice in their career. That is true. They had a really big comeback, like after the '90s when they put the paint back on and into the '90s again, and like 5 farewell tour. Yeah, they are the kings of doing that. The farewell tour, fucking 20
Yeah, I
times.
know. What's funny is their first farewell tour was in 2000. I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
I was in kindergarten, dude. Like, that's how long. Like, what the fuck?
I think it just happens. I think people love playing shows. You could
Yeah,
argue
I
Gene
don't see
does
a
it for the
problem
money,
with
but
it.
I'm sure Gene loves the adrenaline rush just as much as any other rock star.
Yeah, because he has his own, it's a Gene, he retired from Kiss, but he still has his own band that he goes
Yeah.
around with. I would too. I mean, you're a musician. It's your lifestyle. Being a musician, being a rock star is not like being a fucking scientist or a doctor where you retire. Like, it's what you do. You're a creator. Like,
Yeah, you probably get crazy mental withdrawals just sitting at home after a life of touring.
yeah, imagine like going like 30 years fucking with so many fucking girls and doing all the drugs and traveling all over the world, making all the money, having people kiss your ass, a whole stadium or a whole arena, and then like you're just kind of like in your bedroom doing nothing. Like, how depressing does that fucking be?
I like I really like Paul Stanley as a vocalist.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I was gonna say he's underrated. No, he's fucking not. It's Kiss, but Paul Stanley is a great
he's a
front
great
man.
guy for sure.
Yeah, no, I like his vocals. He's a good singer. I loved their first album is probably my favorite. Just their self-titled debut album is probably my favorite Kiss record. I am one of the rare ones. I love Lick It Up. I don't love much of the '80s stuff, but I do love the song Lick It Up particularly. It's a great
You
song.
mean the '80s stuff for Kiss or '80s stuff period?
The '80s stuff for Kiss when they took the
Okay,
makeup off,
yeah.
and they
I
basically did
love
the
Lick It
glam
Up,
thing.
dude. Lick It Up is perfect. I love the glam stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They have a song called Forever. I think it's from like '89. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a glam ballad, but I really like that one too. But yeah, for Kiss, I mostly like their early stuff. Hotter Than Hell. I fucking love Hotter Than Hell. I love the Dress to Kill album. There's a song called She on the Dress to Kill album that's perfect.
Yes.
You know what I hate is I was gonna pull up a live video, but you can't even pull that up because they release most of their live stuff. So all the best live videos are also copyrighted even. Like, dude, Kiss is like the kings. I mean they sold air guitar strings. Like, you can go online right now and you can buy a pack of Kiss air guitar strings. It's literally just an empty plastic wrapper. And people buy that shit. They're just the kings of making money.
That's funny.
And I like Gene Simmons because he'll tell you, I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish, brother. I like making the money. No one else will be honest like that. It's like, okay, Gene Simmons is doing his thing. Like, if he's gonna make money, that's fine.
Have you seen the video of Ace Frehley when he was drunk on the?
Oh yeah, I already know.
Dude, you should play that, dude. You have to play that in honor of him. It's so fucking crazy.
Where he's talking about how he's a plumber.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm a plumber, actually.
His voice, I'm gonna look it up right now. It's funny because his voice is so unexpected. It's funny how when I was a kid, and I've seen memes about this, when I was a kid and I first saw Kiss, I thought they were gonna be like a fucking death metal band.
I know, the death metal guys always talk about how, we're so fuck all that. I'm like, dude, you got their style from them. Stop it.
My first real introduction to Kiss as a kid was, they had their guest appearance in Tony Hawk's Underground in that video game.
I know. Mine was the movie about those 3, Detroit Rock City.
Oh yeah.
That was my first like introduction to Kiss right there. Yeah.
All right, let's see. I should be good. I got past. I played a little bit of a song, but
Tell me about your outfits. I mean, did you design your own outfits, all of you? And tell me what each outfit means, and I'll start with you.
This guy Tom Snyder, by the way, the interviewer, he did he interviewed Charles Manson in the 80s, and it's one of Manson's best interviews, but one of the worst cases of like an interviewer trying to play tough with Manson. But in this video, obviously, he's fine.
You, Ace.
Well,
that means a cucumber.
I think this outfit is self-explanatory. I mean, this is part of a kind of a V shape. This is my utility belt, and we don't want to go any below than my waist area because that's reserved for concert payers.
I understand that.
But,
and after it's all over, they say, this is what we paid for, and that's what they always feel short.
I stole this from Flash Gordon, and, I have my cape.
But you're kind of like a spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a...
If you look, that reflection was so bright that it damaged the camera. This purple dot is permanent on the camera the rest of this video.
Yeah.
Like, his shit is so bright, he's out here damaging cameras. It's funny, you know, and we'll see in a second. People like to point out that you can see Gene is like visibly pissed off, and you can already tell like Ace doesn't take this shit seriously. Like, he thinks it's funny, you know, the way he's making fun of the outfit, whereas you could tell Gene is real serious about being the demon.
Plumber.
Yeah. God, I fucking love that laugh.
Fucking
I'm a plumber.
Oh, actually, I'm a plumber. On the side. Look.
Well, listen, I got a little
Yeah, Gene is just seething over here.
He's so mad. He's so mad.
piece of pipe backstage I'd like to have you work on.
Tell me about it. Oh, you love it, but I like that.
You can tell Paul looks kind of pissed, but he's trying to kind of play it off.
I think Paul is kind of like, what the fuck? And Gene, I'm like, but dude, you guys are rock. You're playing. You're fucking animals, humans. You're playing music. Like, don't take it so fucking serious. Like, come on. Like, you have costumes on and you're painting your face. Well, how serious can you get?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
You old sweet talker, you. But I'll tell you, I read on the sheet that they gave me where they said that it's hard to get you out of your shell.
It's hard for me to talk. I'm very introverted.
Try to cheer down.
Have you
So
seen?
legendary.
I wonder if I can find it. There's an
It's so
interview.
legendary.
There's an interview with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, and yeah, they're like arguing. Gene gets mad at Paul, I think.
I haven't seen that one.
Let me pull it up. It's only a minute, and they like stop the interview to argue. If I remember correctly, let me see. I haven't seen this one in a while, but
Usual gift you've ever received. Most unusual gift.
okay, yeah. So Paul is gonna make jokes about like banging chicks or something, and Gene's like, "I don't go for that crap." It's really funny.
The baby. Yeah, the imaginary baby. We get so many gifts all the time that it's hard to say what the best is. You know, obviously you can always make up stories or tell things about women and rock and roll and partying, but I think the best thing and the biggest gift we've ever gotten is 20 years of doing what we do. And that comes from the people, and that comes from their heart and soul. So that's a little more important than, you know, we can talk about, oh, there's so many women. Any idiot can get a woman when they're on tour, but this is a lot more important and a lot more heartfelt than the bragging about the other stuff.
Would you cut? Hold on 1 second. Cut this off for a second. Would you stop cutting me down in front of the camera? I don't go for that shit.
Go on.
I don't know. All of a sudden, like whatever I say, all of a sudden, don't listen.
So okay, so the context. I remember reading about it when I first found this. Apparently Gene, at some point recently in interviews, was talking about banging a lot of chicks because, you know, Gene didn't do drugs or drink. His thing was groupies. So in this interview, when Paul Stanley says, "Oh, you know, any idiot can get a girl at a rock show," he's taking a swing at Gene, and then Gene in here goes, "Can you? I don't go for that shit."
Do you believe he's actually pissed, or is it just kind of like a
Oh, I'm sure Gene's pissed.
brotherly, like, yo, shut the fuck up, dude? Or
I mean, I'm sure it's a little bit of both. They are brothers, but I'm sure I'm sure Gene's pissed. You know, like I said, throughout recent interviews, you know, Gene's whole thing was, "Yeah, I've been banging a lot of chicks, blah, blah, blah." And here's Paul being like, "Yeah, any idiot can get a fucking girl." And then I just love how Gene's like, "Will you knock that shit off?" And Paul's just like, "Go on," to the interviewer, like just trying to ignore Gene. Like, yeah, this relationship right here between these two guys must be some real deep, crazy shit after all these years.
oh yeah, dude. Imagine playing with someone for over like 50 years. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, the longest time I was ever in a band was like fucking 3 years, I think.
Yeah, mine was 4, and we fucking hate each other now. I mean, like, whenever I come back to New York, it's always like, "Oh, what's up?" We see each other at the bar, you know, blah blah blah. Have a few drinks, do a line or whatever. Then it's like next, keep moving, you know. So yeah, I get the whole the band dynamic, but imagine having that kind of
Fame.
publicity with each other from you're like 19.
Yeah, that much fame and money. Yeah, it's like all of us have been in bands and have never even come close to Kiss level of success. But and even then, we all fucking get into fights and hate each other. And
Yeah,
I can only imagine when you're making millions, and you know, it's a lot of it's like, you know, who gets a songwriting credit on this song, and why does this guy's name go first in the credits, and you know, stuff like that makes shit complicated. It's always money. And then
Right,
that's what
exactly.
they always say. Once money starts getting involved, shit gets complicated,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my real beef with people commenting about the Ace Frehley death is just them saying shit they know nothing about. Oh, Gene hates Ace Frehley. Why is he trying to act like he loved him now? Oh, Paul was never get to Ace. Why they're trying to act like they all love him now that he died. It's like, bro, you've never been around. You know nothing about these guys' personal relationships with each other. Like for all you know, Gene had a very long, friendly conversation on the phone with Ace a week before he died. Like you just these people don't know shit. They just see interviews and they think they know everything.
I would like to know, like, I don't know if it's just like business, but like, I really wish on the last farewell tour, we don't know if they're gonna even come back, but I assume they will. We could talk about that soon. But like, why? I really wish Ace was at that recent one. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I wish. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just like scheduling conflict, or I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, at least make one. Like, I feel like the last Madison Square Garden shows, he could have at least came on stage. I don't know what that was about.
There's a lot of times Ace should have played with them. I mean, when they got inducted into, or not inducted, there's that VH1 show where it was like a VH1 tribute to Kiss, and they had Rob Zombie play with Slash and Tommy Lee, and Ace Frehley played with them, and then Kiss played later in the night without Ace Frehley on stage. So like, Rob Zombie posted, it's like, yeah, this was a little bit awkward. We had Ace with us, and then an hour later, Kiss got on stage without Ace, and Ace sat there and watched Kiss play, and and those rock stars are definitely vain too. There's just a certain required vanity that comes along with, like, if you want to be a successful musician, you are vain. Like, just because I hate when oh, I love music. Okay, then sit the fuck down in your bed in your room by yourself and play guitar. If it's only because you love music, it's like, no, bro, it's because you're vain, because you want the world to look at you. Like, it's okay to admit that.
That's the whole point of doing music and being an artist. You want to be seen.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point. Like, yeah, you're vain. Here's the thing. If my rock stars and pop stars don't think they're the shit, I don't want to go look at them. Because why do I need to go see you? I want to go see you because you are something, or you are doing something that I want to be. Or you're doing something that I, would love to fucking have a career in. So it's like, yeah, I want my rock stars to be vain. I want my rock stars to be rude. I want them to be bitchy, because that's what's going to give that bigger than life feeling, to their attitude.
It was the great contradiction of the 90s alternative Seattle scene. The whole like, oh, we don't even want to be this famous. We're too, I do, like, Courtney Love has talked about, she's like, Kurt played this role very well, but she's like, dude, I was there when he was writing letters begging record labels to sign, or like begging, like, people talk about, no, Kurt wanted to be fucking famous. Like, Kurt, like, of course they all want to be famous. You don't just, Billy Corgan talks about it, where he's like, people think Kurt just like woke up in the morning, put on flannel, did drugs, and like pissed excellence. And he's like, no, that guy worked very hard on becoming a rock star. Kurt Cobain might have the greatest vocal improvement, like, in real time, that you can actually see. If you go back and you listen to like the original demo of Spank Through.
Ooh, wow.
It's a Nirvana track from back when they were called Poo Poo Platter in the late 80s. Kurt sounds god awful. It's from the 1985 Fecal Matter demo when they were called Fecal Matter. Spank Through by Nirvana. He is the worst singer you've ever heard in your life. He sounds like a stoner. I think he like burps or coughs in the middle of the song, and the recording too. Like, literally just sounds like somebody like Beavis or Butthead recorded a song. It sounds awful.
Are you gonna play it or
no? Because it's copyrighted.
Copyright. Oh, that's right. You know what? No. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. And then by the time 1989 comes around, 4 years later, he records the Bleach album, and he sounds like a really good singer. It's like, oh, you can actually hear his improvement.
Dude, yeah, like, to me, one of those songs that everyone likes to look at, Teenage Spirit, all that. Negative Creep is fucking bad. His vocals,
one of their best
out
ones.
of the fucking world. When he does the fucking gnarl and the scream, it's like, you could try it, but it's like, to have that power that he had. You're right. It is like a very vocal, growth.
It's actually just him just screaming too. There is no technique. That is one of the things. Kurt's voice. If Kurt didn't die, Kurt's voice would be shot. Like we'd be lucky if he could talk today if he was still alive. There was
Yeah.
no technique. There was no like it was literally just this guy was just screaming and he was singing and he talks about how going to doctors all the time and doctors telling him like, dude, you're just shredding your fucking vocal cords.
Voice.
Yeah, by the time that guy was like 40, he would have nothing left in his throat. Like it would just be an empty, hollow tunnel in his throat.
It's like that's why Axl Rose is how he is right now. Why he has a hard time.
Yeah,
Because of all the fucking screaming and running around.
and even Axl Rose, I think, had a little bit more of a. He had more of a base. He was like a singer in high school, so he at least had some kind of fundamental that he was using. I think Axl Rose was just kind of intentionally fucking up his voice, right? Like he knew how to sing. He just found this voice that everyone liked, and he just did it. Kurt was literally just like no singing lessons, no bass. Just, I'm just gonna sing, and whatever happens, happens. And it turns out he was a great singer, but yeah, no technique, no protection. There was just a guy shredding his vocal cords. So it's I always say cynically, like we're lucky that he died when he died, but musically we are. I mean, he wouldn't even be singing today. Like I said, he would just be a mute person, basically. He'd be like Stephen Hawking. That'd be the way Kurt Cobain would be talking nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one's funny. There's not much to like bring up in way of on screen. I guess this is just more going to lead into the conversation of actual cancel culture. Because remember, the word cancel culture nowadays gets thrown around and people get canceled for all kinds of things. But when cancel culture, what we call it, when that first started, what it actually literally was like they would go back and find a celebrity's tweet from 2011 and then they would cancel him for it today in 2019 or 2020 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was the actual description of it. But it kind of happened. It was lightweight, obviously. It wasn't like a big deal. But on Twitter, a lot of younger kids were finding old Tyler the Creator tweets from back in the day. I used to be a big Tyler the Creator fan. Like I loved Goblin and Yonkers, and
Yonkers was badass.
I loved all that shit back when he was actually doing some crazy shit and saying crazy shit. But yeah, they found a bunch of old tweets, and it's funny because they were specifically saying that he was racist against black people. Like that was the. They were finding a bunch of his tweets that they were like, dude, these are racist. Like, and Gen Z also tried to cancel. Remember a couple of years ago, Gen Z tried to cancel Eminem because they found that song "Love the Way You Lie" with Rihanna. And it was funny because all the millennials our age, they were going on Twitter and they were like, bro, you think "Love the Way You Lie" is Eminem's worst song? Like, what? You guys are not prepared for the old stuff. But
you know what? Gen Z is really fucking confusing to me because one minute it's like, oh, trans, blah, 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 trans this. And then it's the next minute like, oh, man, we hate fucking, oh, man, that song was too sexual. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know. I feel like Gen Z is becoming way more conservative. I don't know if you agree to that. Like,
yeah, they are.
Okay, I want to say this. It's like a public service announcement. Gen Z is the new 80s satanic panic type of shit. Honestly. They're the new, like, parents that were, like, protesting NWA with the parental advisory and no, we must shut this off. Like, I'm like, everything that Gen Z thinks they're about, they're actually fighting against that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
why are you looking up? And then even now, like, why are you going to like an old tweet and saying, yo, Tyler Creator, what did he say actually? I mean, I don't even know what he fucking said.
It's just, there's a bunch of them. I'm trying to find some. I did find one back in the day. Tyler the Creator posted, by the way, he tagged Selena Gomez in it too. He said, Selena Gomez is now 18, so she can legally take my dick in her fucking ass.
What the fuck is, I'll get the problem. Like, but then they go to see like rappers these days. I mean, I don't get it.
I think
Gen Z is definitely the PMRC. Dude, listen, like, what the, like, this is confusing to me because it's like all the rappers that are like out there right now are saying the same shit. So why is it so selective? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think Gen Z, I think that they are pretty divided. Like there is a lot of I think it's mostly like the boys, a lot of the boys, and Gen Alpha too, the generation after them. They are very, like Nick Fuentes type conservative. Like they're going that way. But then there's a lot of the girls. They're still stuck on the train of like they're basically playing the PMRC. Joe Bob Briggs has this great quote. It's like one of my favorite things anyone's ever said recently. You know, he's on Shutter today with The Last Drive-In. There's this interview with him where he basically said, you know, back when I was on TV in the late 90s and the early 2000s, the TV people, you know, all the executives, they were always coming to me saying, "You got to be careful what you say on TV because you're going to offend the old people." And then he said, "Now I'm on Shutter today, and executives are always coming to me, and they're always coming to me, and they're saying, 'You got to be careful what you say. You're going to offend the young people.'"
Insane.
And it's
Fucking
like,
insane.
yeah, that used to be an old person thing to get offended by shit, but now it's a young person thing to get it. A lot of it's girls. It's like girls. Like, have you ever seen that clip of that girl? She was on stream and she was taking like callers, and some guy called and he said the N word, and this girl started crying. And it's like, it was just a white girl. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like, you're not a fan of the N word, but what, you're crying because a guy said a fucking word?
Word?
Like, you've just been brainwashed. Like, you've been brainwashed to believe that saying a word is worse than murder. Like, that's what these things, you know. Here's
It's,
a
you
great,
know what? What it is these fucking white liberal women, they need babies. They
yeah,
need children. They need fucking children because what's going on is they're just mothering fucking. You know what? I think black people that are like so into white liberal women, like you know, they're infantilizing you. like, I think it's an insult to me to say, "Oh my god, like, how are you doing? Like, are you okay?" Or so, you know, so and so got shot in the back or got beat the fuck up by a cop, and it's like, "How are you doing this morning?" And I'm like, "I'm doing this fucking fine. Get the
yeah,
fuck out of my face." It's infantilizing. I'm a grown adult capable of, you know, critical thinking. You know, I'm sorry you don't think I know how to use a laptop or have an ID, but but like it's infantilizing. It's so that what it is virtue signaling because they want to show the world, and it is part of that TikTok craze where it's like, hey, you know, look how great I am. Like I support these type of people, or I'm speaking out for these type of people, and it's like, you know, like the white woman that was like, she came on and she was like, "Oh, how dare they clear out?" Because Canal Street in New York City is known notoriously for being dirty. A lot of like, you know, people selling counterfeit goods and shit like that. And they came and they cleared it out. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to say that I support ICE or whatever, but like, they came and cleared it out. And the people that live in the neighborhood, which are majority black and brown people, are saying, "We fucking love it here because we feel safe." And they're like, "No, you shouldn't feel that way. You're hating yourself." And I'm like, who are you to tell someone what to do with their neighborhood? You know, like I don't know.
yeah,
So it goes back into the Tyler Creator thing where it's kind of like I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think there's so many directions that Gen Z is going. I think Gen Alpha is gonna save the day, kind of, you know, but Gen Z is kind of like just really like offended at every fucking single thing. And I'm like, this is the satanic panic reliving itself. I'm like, we need like I shared this thing with I would dude, if I wouldn't get banned, I would fucking put this message up right now. So you remember there was this clip of Tommy Lee you know, on Fox News. And he asked one of the reporters what color panties
yeah,
what kind of panties are you wearing? And she got pissed. And this girl that she fucking has, you know, Marilyn Manson on her fucking page. She's fucking like going to sex clubs and goth night, whatever. And she like messages me and she's like, "How dare you like share that? Like I'm gonna block you now because like I think you're gross and I think the things that you were posting and the things that you posted today is offensive to women." And I'm just like, aren't you this goth, you know, fucking chick, you know, all about sex clubs and whatever, and you know, me reposting a Tommy Lee fucking joke is so I just think that's the reason why rock and roll is fucking dead right now. All this fucking guitar playing is coming back, but no one actually fucking lives a lifestyle. Everyone's fucking offended everything. Everyone wants to look cool without actually being cool. That is my TED talk.
yeah. No, everyone's too sensitive. I mean, people have basically been kind of like bullied into being sensitive. Like that's what a lot of it is bullying. Like it's, you know, they bully you into acting like you care about these things, or you know,
Yeah, yeah,
everyone is
totally.
just so sensitive. Like I said, I remember 2016. when Trump won that first election, the next day was the first time I ever heard the term safe space. When I read articles about there are kids in college, right? College adults. When I say college, when I say kids in college, I mean adults. You know, when you're in college, you're an adult. Were so mentally distraught over the result of an election that they had to. The teachers gave them the day off. They all went and sat in these safe spaces, and I was like, bro, when I was in fucking high school, like I remember my hand got fucking tore up by a wasp at lunchtime, and I went to my teacher being like, "Can I go to the office?" And he was like, "No, sit the fuck down and take your test." Like, what? Talking about you're so distraught over the result of an election. Like it's just so fucking bizarre. I'd never heard of these safe space things, and now all of a sudden, like I said, there's that clip. This fucking white girl is streaming, and a guy calls in and says the N word, and she starts crying. She goes, "You can't say that," and she's literally holding back tears, like because a guy said a racist joke to her, a racial term or racist slur, or whatever you want to call it. It's a complete stranger. Yeah, people are just way too sensitive. But I also don't believe that they're actually this sensitive at the same time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people, I mean, there are kids I went to high school with, and it's like, bro, me and you used to call each other faggots for fun. Now all of a sudden somebody says the word retard and you deliver a fucking lecture about, morality. And it's like, dude, I was there in the trenches with you in these garage parties in high school. Now all of a sudden you're the moral good and you're offended by these words. And
Or the cheerleader in high school who for sure used the N-word multiple times is all of a sudden like a super liberal now.
yeah, yeah.
Like, oh man. I'm like, dude, you're right though. Okay, here's my thing. Here's what Gen Z is to me, right? They are people who are all about aesthetic. They're all about look. They're all about that. Or what does the public see me as, rather than actually being it. I'm telling you, all these people that claim to be fucking like really, it's all virtue signaling. Because like I said, the girl that messaged me, she's actually a part of Sex Club. She actually posts kink shit. Like she actually posts all of this. And then like that's a problem, but you can post your ass cheeks and like I don't know, men are saying all kinds of crazy shit. So I believe it's all about aesthetic. That's what it is. But like I said, like the chick that for sure used the N-word, for sure picked on people all her life in fucking school and was the cool girl, is all of a sudden now like this super liberal, like a democratic socialist all of a sudden. It's like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super weird, and it's not fun. Like, there's a reason
not
the
fun at all.
comedy there's a reason that there are no more comedy movies. Like, there's not been a classic comedy movie since fucking the 2010s. Like, it actually has damaging effects on our culture and, like, pop culture. Like, now everyone is too afraid to do things because they're worried about offending people, and it's just like, dude, first of all, I don't believe these people are actually offended. Like, half the time, I'm like, dude, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Like Tommy Lee making like, oh, what color panties are you wearing? Oh, ha. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's not even offensive. It's just like, I'm sure the Fox News host was like, oh my God, you asked me that on TV. But I'm sure she wasn't crying about it. It's like, dude, yeah, of course all of these things are dead. Like, of course comedy is dead. Of course rock and roll is dead because anything dangerous or offensive is not allowed to these people. I do think there's a growing population of people who are tired of this shit. Like, I do find
like me, I'm tired of it. I'm really fucking tired of it.
There are offensive podcasts coming out and getting big. People are saying retarded again. I saw an Instagram reel the other day of some weird looking girl who's like, does anybody notice that the R word is coming back? Why is the R word coming back? And she's talking about the word retard, and it's like, yeah, there's that Joe Rogan clip where he's like, dude, we got retarded back. People are saying this word again, and I never stopped like that for that specific word. That's just always been in my vocabulary. I never changed the way I talk. There are certain things I guess I try to watch on YouTube just for the sake of keeping the channel up, but no, I never changed. I've talked the same way my whole fucking life. I don't understand how all these people. Like, dude, just one day you just woke up and changed your entire vocabulary. Like, dude, I've been calling people faggots since the second grade. I mean, seriously, like me and my friends were talking like this in the second grade. Then all of a sudden, I'm like in my mid-20s, and you expect me to just change my entire vocabulary.
By your life?
Yeah, just just because we woke up and this election happened and all the trends changed. I'm just supposed to change. Like, first of all, I can't even physically do that. You know what I mean? I can talk a different way in front of my mom than I talk in front of my friends, of course, but generally, like, I talk the way I talk. Like, I don't know what you expect from me. I'm an adult now. It's not like I'm 15 and there's still time for me to change and learn and adapt. Like, so yeah, I don't believe it. I'm sure a lot of these people talk a certain way in public, and then behind closed doors, but I'm sure all these people talk
Of
certain
course
ways.
they do. Of course they do.
Yeah. The girl's messaging you about, oh, I'm gonna block you because you reposted a joke. And it's just like,
It's like, what the fuck? Like, why'd you like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it anymore, dude. Like, I really don't. Like, people are just like, especially the alternative community, they're so different than growing up.
oh yeah, no, it's and the one of the worst parts about them is they try to act like nothing's changed. Like they're like, no, this is how we've always been, and it's like, no, like legitimately, this is not how you've always been. You just are acting like this is how you've always been now. I see that a
Because
lot.
they want to be cool kids. They want to be cool kids now.
Yeah, no, I see that a lot. They'll, especially like the punk rock kids that are like, no, punk rock is always, or not even punk rock, but just anything. Like goth has always been about politics. Like,
It's like,
first of
no,
all,
it hasn't. Goth
like,
has always been about culture, not politics.
it's like, first of all, no, it hasn't. And second of all, you never talked about politics when you were in high school. Again, these are people that I fucking went to school with, like people that dude, there are girls that I used to make out with that were like stoked that Charlie Kirk got shot, like on the internet talking about how people need to die because of their. I'm like, dude, back when we were making out, you never would have cared about who I voted for, or like who was
Ever.
president, or. And
Everyone,
I know
it's
that,
just easy. To me, if you're really punk rock, go to fucking North Korea. To me, the only real punk rock exists in places like, North Korea, or there's a new punk rock community in Tehran, Iran. Those are punk rock people, because you can actually possibly get killed for being who you are, talking about gay rights, or freedom to look how you want, to dress how you want. That's actually punk rock. But to me, if you live in fucking Los Angeles where everything's fucking gay and faggoty, and you complain and you complain about, oh man, being a gay man or being gay is so hard in Los Angeles. It's like, no, it's not.
in Los Angeles,
Like, dude, you're in fucking Los Angeles, dude. You could be a gay man and shoot someone in the middle of the road, and you'll be all right. Like,
yeah.
give me a fucking break. Like, it is not 2003. It is not the 80s. You can do whatever the fuck you want now. And so, for me, it's all like people that say, like, because that's on TikTok a lot, where they're like, man, punk rock or goth has always been about politics. I'm like, okay, show me anyone from 1960 all the way to maybe the late 90s that actually told you to go vote for anybody. Anybody. Show me one video. All I want, I know, I want anyone, dare anyone, to show me any fucking punk rocker saying support Kennedy, or any punk rocker saying support Reagan, or any punk rocker supporting anyone. It's always been, punk rock has always been about fuck the system, fuck politics, fuck the government. That's what it's always been about. It's never been about left versus right. It's always been about having that, fighting for your freedom of expression, which, may I add, people forget that in the 80s, it was really the Democrats and Republicans that were both kind of fucking bitchy about, like, rock music. You remember Joe Biden? You remember Joe Biden really being the poster child for, like, in the 80s, for, like, banning things and locking people up and stopping bad music, and you know what I mean?
I think, well, first of all, when it comes to punk, like as a genre, I hate punk rock, but I think as an attitude or mentality or whatever, I think punk is just doing whatever the fuck you want to do and not caring. I think you could be a Democrat and be punk. I think you could be a Republican and be punk. I think you could be nothing and be punk. To me, that's just how I see it. Punk
Yeah,
is
I
just,
mean, well, you're
punk
right.
is, punk is literally just doing whatever the fuck you want to do and not caring about what people think. That's the basis of it to me. Like I said, the genre itself, I fucking hate the music. But then also when it comes to when it comes to being gay in LA, there's this, especially in the 80s. I don't even care about the 80s. Like there's this documentary I love. It's a documentary about horror movies in the 1980s, and one of the actors from The Lost Boys is in it, and he's talking about He's like, the 80s was a very dark and oppressive time, and it was hard to be. He's like, it was hard to be gay in that era, and I'm like, bro, hard to be gay in the 80s? What are you talking about, dude?
Every video on MTV was gay man, pretty much. Like,
yeah,
or men that put on makeup and lipstick, like me.
But they say this now because now they have this thing that every Republican ever was just a fucking Nazi. So of course everybody, they all hate Ronald Reagan. And it's like, yeah, there have always been Democrats that hated Ronald Reagan. John Carpenter being a big example. He didn't like Ronald Reagan. But back in the 80s, you would never say shit like, oh, it's so oppressive and a Nazi's running the country. You would just say Ronald Reagan's a Republican. I don't like his politics at all. People are still realistic and human about shit. They weren't just calling people Nazis and talking about dark. Yeah, his exact quote, the 80s was a dark and oppressive time. What's funny about it is that he talks about how that it's a dark and oppressive time. But then there's a whole 5-hour-long documentary after it about all the great art we got, all the great films we got, all the great music we got in MTV. And it's like, oh, was it really that dark and oppressive if you then spend 5 hours talking about how fucking awesome the 80s was? Because that's literally how it goes in the documentary.
Yeah, like I can understand if you're talking about the 50s, but like the 80s, like what? Not even, I don't think it was dark and oppressive even in the 70s. I mean, to me, disco was the height of the 70s, like the late 70s, and that was as gay as you can get. So, so I don't understand what they're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they'll talk about the AIDS thing, and I've never looked into the AIDS thing
There's
too
a reason
much.
why AIDS was such a big epidemic, because it was really gay.
Well, I do know that
There's a reason why.
I do know that it goes both ways when it comes to, so like, for example, they'll try to tell you that, Republicans just didn't give a fuck about doing it. They just hated all the gay people and wanted them to die. Dude, there are stories all over the place of, like, in Los Angeles specifically, there's one story I actually read recently about how part of the reason people were getting AIDS was because in places like LA, they were very liberal. They were, places that take blood, like when you donate blood, what you should have been doing in the 80s when AIDS was an epidemic was saying, hey, we need to ask you some questions about your lifestyle before you give us blood that we're going to be putting into other people. But because places like LA didn't want to come off as homophobic, they would just let anybody come in and donate blood. So you had gutter junkies that happened to be gay, or not even gay, coming in off the street donating blood, and they had AIDS because they're living life like a fucking gutter junkie. So, I mean, literally, there are things like this going on. Like, still to this day, you've got these people that are like, oh, I don't want to be homophobic, so I'll just do whatever that, So, and that was still going on. And it's like, that's not Republicans not giving a fuck. That's actually Democrats causing problems. Like, yeah, of course, in the 80s, whenever you draw blood from somebody that's going to be donated to somebody else in the future, you should be asking them questions about their lifestyle, because you can't just be taking AIDS-infested blood. Like, of course. But so it was both of the parties. That's the thing. They always try to say, oh, AIDS is basically all the Republicans' fault. And it's like, no, Democrats were also fucking up too. Places in LA were taking blood from fucking gutter junkies that literally had AIDS and then putting it into the bodies of, mothers and housewives and, normal, like, working class 9-to-5 men and shit. It's just, everybody fucked up on the AIDS thing. That was everybody's fault. We can't keep doing this whole, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. No, bro, it's fucking everybody's fault. And it's just, sorry, brother. Like, I know I wasn't alive in the 80s, but I've studied, as much as I can about the 80s. I mean, I've still got a lot to learn, but I'm sorry, brother. Like, you're not going to convince me that the 1980s was a dark and oppressive time for fucking anybody in America. It just,
yeah, I mean, to me, the 80s is were like less oppressive than it is ever. Like, I feel like the 80s was like that final decade, the best decade ever. From what I've heard from my parents, from other people, I don't see anyone saying how bad it was. I don't.
Yeah, I've never heard a person from the 80s, except for Democrats who now it's so popular to say that, whenever there's a Republican in office, it's dark and oppressive. That's what it is. It's because Ronald Reagan was president, but now it's cool to just say, oh, it was dark and oppressive, In like 2002, you would have just said, oh yeah, I didn't really like Ronald Reagan, but the 80s was great. But now it's so popular to basically be radical. Right? Like, it used to be a radical thing to call Republicans Nazis. There were always fringe, hardcore people on both sides that would call each other Nazis, or the left or the right would call the left communists and Marxists. But now it's just everybody. Everyone's calling each other Nazis and communists. And it's like, You know, there is no like regular people anymore. Everybody's fucking radical. Well, on the left, mostly, I would say. There are, of course, radical right dudes. You know, they're on both sides, but I happen to see it more on the left, and it's more mainstream on the left to be radical. Like
it's not cool anymore. To me, Nick Fuentes is actually cool. I obviously I don't agree with most of what he fucking says, but like to me, he's the one that that's the new shock rock, in my opinion.
Yeah, he is closer to shock rock than
fucking most of the people that are coming out with fucking, oh look, I wear bondage wear. Oh, you're so fucking edgy.
Or anybody like fucking Bill Burr, like comedians that aren't cool anymore.
Yeah, dude, Bill Burr, he fucking like now they're like making like this whole like where they these comedians were talking about how like, oh, what did Dave Chappelle say? Which I love. Listen, I fucking love Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle. But when he said, when they just went over to, I think it was Dubai or whatever.
It's like Riyadh in Saudi Arabia or something.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia or something. And he's like, oh, I have more freedom of speech there than I do here.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you fucking don't. Like, I dare you to say, oh, fuck Saudi Arabia and fuck, talk about Islam. Say something bad about them.
Or
let's see what happens.
Kiss a dude. Go to Saudi Arabia and kiss a dude in front of some people.
Let's see what happens. Like, you can literally be over here and fucking say, fuck Trump. And there's going to be like, if you're famous, Trump may tweet back at you. But that's the worst you're going to get is a tweet. No one's going to fucking kill you or jail you for it. And like, yeah, dude, I swear to God, I don't know what's going on with Bill Burr. He used to be my guy. Like, up until recently, I think
they blackmailed him with something.
Dude, yeah. I think he had something. And I think when I saw the change was like 2022, really. And it was just kind of like, he went on Jimmy Kimmel, I think. And Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of them. And he was just like railing at like Republicans. Because I think what happened was he was all anti like COVID a lot. Like the whole mask and the whole like outrage and everything. And it was like, wow, like that's amazing. And then after that, he completely changed. So I think you're right. They saw like, oh man, look, we have a video of this, or we have something that you were doing this. You need to fucking change the way you're talking right now.
It does happen too, because I don't know if anybody remembers, and I haven't looked at this in a long time, but that physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, that scientist who's all famous now.
Yeah.
That happened to him when COVID first started, like when it was coronavirus first starting. The news was starting to ramp up. They're talking about this.
2019, yeah.
They were like, this is crazy. This is the most deadliest thing we've ever seen. Neil deGrasse Tyson came out and said, no, it's not. We don't know that much about it yet. Nobody needs to panic. And as soon as he said that, he got hit with a Me Too accusation. Some girl came out of nowhere accusing him of some shit. And the next day, this guy came out talking about, you got to wear 2 masks. This is the deadliest thing. Like, this guy got hit real quick with a Me Too thing, and his opinion changed up real fucking quick. And ever since then, he's been out there talking about men can play in women's sports, if they wear it, he's literally one of those dudes now.
He's like, why do you fucking care?
Yeah. And it's like, dude, because people have daughters that want to play sports and they should be treated fairly. Like, because these are the rights that women fought for many like literally, that's the funniest thing about that whole thing to me is it's like, bro, your great grandmother like fought for you to have your own league of sports. That's a code switch. Oh yeah. People blame Bill Burr's wife. They say she's the one that's got him.
Well, he was with her for a while though. No, I mean,
I don't know anything about him and his wife. I just know that Bill Burr's kind of a pussy. There's this, Opie and Anthony. I don't know if you remember that show back.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Anthony Cumia is actually like a conservative voice now, and he's got a YouTube channel, and he's still funny. He talks a lot about politics, but he's still funny, and he's still pretty close to being a shock rocker. Like he talks about, the videos of fat black chicks talking about when food stamps go away, they're going to start looting stores and shit. Oh yeah, Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, what are your opinion? I want to know what your opinion on that is. Like this whole like food stamp. I mean, it's the music. I know it's a music channel, but like,
dude, it's look.
I'm gonna go in there. They're like, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get my steel boots, and nobody gonna fuck with me.
Look,
I'm gonna steal everything in that fucking Walmart.
All race aside, like take race out of it completely.
Oh my God, dude!
we cannot live in a civilized society when there's people out there that are saying, if you don't give me free shit, I'm going to hurt people. Like sorry, dude. Like this is not going to work. I don't care if you're black or white or Mexican. I understand, you know, you've got bad living situations or circumstances, which by the way, I don't believe, most of these people, they probably could get a job.
They're
if they have the-
selling it. They're
if they have-
selling the fucking food stamps.
if they have the energy to put on steel toe boots and go fuck up a Walmart employee, then you've got the energy to go work and make some money. I know shit's expensive nowadays. I don't care what it is. We cannot live in a society where there's people out there who are saying, if I don't get free food, I'm going to fuck people up. That it's just not going to work.
It's like, it's not my fault you decided to have fucking 8 fucking kids and open your legs and be a fucking slut. It's not my fault you decided to do that. I shouldn't have to pay that.
And they have to 8 kids sometimes for welfare. That is something that happens too. They get benefits for the more kids they have.
Right. And then you get, dude. So this one person said,
it's spam.
Okay, this one person said, I looked on TikTok and all these people are going fucking crazy, and they're like, whose business? He's like, whose business is it if I, make $1,000 in food stamps and want to sell it to pay my rent? Whose business? I'm like, it's our fucking business because we're paying the fucking taxes for you to do it. Like, if you want to use your money to do what the fuck you want to, sure, but don't like go complaining and say, oh man, like I'm on food stamps and they're gonna shut it off. I'm like, well, welcome to being a fucking adult. What did you do with the other fucking thousands of dollars every other month that you had? You didn't fucking save it up. You didn't decide to say, hey, I'm a fucking adult. Maybe I should take care of my fucking kids. You didn't decide to do that. And so it pisses me off. It's like, I'm like, dude, like I want to be a dick and just be like, you know what? You need to be working a certain amount of hours to receive food stamps because it is just too much that I saw like of people fucking saying they're going to fucking assault people just to fucking get food because they don't have money for Thanksgiving. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, some are talking about killing. They're like, oh, I'll kill.
Dude, yeah.
I'll kill somebody. It's crazy because it's like, I heard something recently about a lot of the times what they'll do is they'll go out and they'll buy food or even pre-made food and they'll put it on plates. That's the term for it, plates. Like there are Facebook groups that are called like We Got Plates. It's like you can buy like a whole plate of like rice and wings and some vegetable side or whatever, and it's all paid for by food stamps. And it's like, damn, I can tell you what, when I was on drugs, I wish I would have thought of that shit. Dude, but you know what's funny? Is back when I was on drugs, right? Back when I was a heroin addict living in my car, right? Literally sleeping in the trunk of my car. I'd put the back seats down and I would sleep in the trunk of my car with my junkie girlfriend. People used to tell me I should try to get food stamps. And back then I would say I'm too embarrassed to do that shit. I was too embarrassed to apply for food stamps when I was a junkie living in a car. Nowadays, it's like a whole genre of TikTok where it's like a lady showing what she bought with foods. Oh yeah, I bought all this food with my food stamps and my EBT. And I'm like, bro, I was literally sleeping in a truck stop parking lot with a stripper. And I was embarrassed at the idea of food stamps. And now it's a whole genre to brag about what you bought with your food stamps. It's a crazy world we're living in.
Anyone that's struggling and they say, oh man, I don't fucking like, I'm not like, okay, first of all, okay, let's say I would hope you have a job if you have 5 kids. All right. So if you're like, okay, so one of the biggest things were, oh man, so Trump, he shut it off for Thanksgiving. And what are we going to do? And how am I going to, I'm like, dude, get your ass to fucking Aldi. If you don't want to go anywhere else, if you don't want to go to a fucking bank, get your ass to fucking Aldi. I know the fucking food sucks there, but just get fucking a fucking $18 fucking turkey, some fucking vegetables that cost like 80 cents to like $2. And I guarantee you, if you have $50, it's all you have to your name. If you don't have $50, get your ass on Uber or drive Lyft or do something. If you have $50 to your fucking name, go to fucking Aldi and get food. It's not that fucking hard, to be honest with you.
You know what's funny? You know what's really funny about the whole Thanksgiving part of it all too is, so now it's this whole topic. Oh, I can't believe it. They took away EBT right before Thanksgiving. How am I going to buy a Thanksgiving turkey? Bro, for the last like 10 years, you've all been making videos about how Thanksgiving is racist and fuck Christopher Columbus. Now all of a sudden, you're heartbroken because you can't buy your turkey for Thanksgiving. I thought Thanksgiving was fuking racist. I thought it was a white man's holiday. I thought this was stolen land. What are you doing celebrating this racist holiday?
Right, exact, dude. I was telling with my girlfriend about that yesterday. I was like, didn't they just say it was like Native American Day or whatever the fuck they want to call it, like Indigenous people or whatever the fuck? Like, oh man, dude, I don't do Thanksgiving. I'm like, well, then fuck off. Then this should be the day you don't have to worry about getting any money.
Yeah, I know the shutdown. From what I've heard, it's that Democrats
companies get more money. That's what it is.
Democrats came up with some bill, and they did that thing they always do where there's like 4,000 things in the bill where it's like, yeah, sign this bill and we'll send some money to the border, but just sign here. And then there's all this fine print about like, we're also going to send $1 million there and send $1 billion there. So Republicans won't sign it. So then the news comes out and blames Republicans. And it's like, it's the same thing. I remember with that border bill that the Republicans vetoed. It was like, something like they'll send a couple $1 million to the southern border, but we also need to send $2 billion to Ukraine. So Republicans wouldn't sign it, and the news came out, and they're like, Republicans won't sign this bill because they want the border to be fucked up. And it's like, no, why don't you just take out the $2 billion to Ukraine? Because like, what the fuck does that have to do with the border? All of politics is such a joke. It's just these guys, like half the things that happen in California is like Gavin Newsom blocking beneficial things because he wants Trump to look bad. And it's like, people don't see that. It's like, bro, Gavin Newsom is the one that's like,
until he fixes fucking San Francisco and Los Angeles and Oakland and all these other places that need, and like this guy, he's running for president. Like, obviously he's going to run for president. Very obviously.
People are actually going to vote for him, dude.
It's silly to me. It's like here's the problem. People don't see through obviously acting very big like propaganda, like the way he is when he talks like this and he does the whole like whatever the fuck he's doing with his hands while he's coked out on whatever he's doing. I'm like, sure, it sounds good. It like the way he's talking is like you got that Obama effect where it's like, man, that's a pretty good fucking speech, or he's really thorough. But you got to look at the reality. Like, don't listen to what a person fucking says they're going to do. Listen to what they're doing. If you look at California, most of the cities in California are fucked. I mean, look at Los Angeles, look at Oakland, and he's doing nothing about it.
One of the crazy things about millennials, it's all of like millennials and younger, but I notice a lot of it with millennials, our own generation, is that millennials really have no ability to decipher propaganda from like what's actually going on. It really is kind of insane to me that it's like,
yeah, like people are like, the whole, oh, big pharma and blah, blah, blah. So right, Pistol Gig. You know what's funny about liberal people? Because I remember when liberals were like against big pharma, and now this whole Tylenol thing came out, and they're like, no, there's nothing wrong with Tylenol. Tylenol's okay. And then there's this whole bill of fucking, what people don't understand is the reason why Democrats are not passing the bill is because of insurance. So if Democrats, if this bill doesn't pass and Trump is, doing good, like gets the ACA thing out, people's premiums of Obamacare, whatever you want to call it, people's premiums that they're paying for their health care is going to go down. Because right now it's up here and it's going to go down. And then that's less money for the insurance companies and for the Democrats, who 90% of the Democrats pay insurance companies. 90%, not a lot of Republicans, which is surprising. Not a lot of Democrats are paying. So that's the reason why you have the ACA Act. If the bill passes with the Democrats' proposal, everyone's health insurance is going to skyrocket. Now, the difference where people is the reason why people's insurance will skyrocket is because you're paying money for people that are obviously homeless. So, like Medicare, Medicaid, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're paying money for people that are homeless, and you're paying for illegal immigrants. And to me, the Democrats aren't sitting back like, oh, well, we hate insurance companies and billionaires? If that's what you hate, you don't want this bill to pass with the ACA Act going through. So I just think it's weird how liberals are now. I think it's weird how liberals are now like the pro. What do you call it?
They're like the pro, and they're the pro everything now. They're the pro big pharma, the pro do what the government tells you. I mean, literally for them, like the COVID stuff was a big sign that Democrats are now. They're now siding with the government. Like they're like, no, do what Joe Biden tells you. Do what fucking, and it's like, it's crazy. Like, bro, back in the day, Democrats were the hardcore ones. Like Democrats were the ones that were like, no, fuck big pharma. Democrats are not ready for the conversation of look, I'm not saying feminism is a bad thing. I do think modern day feminism is, kind of a bad thing. I think a lot of girls misinterpret what feminism is and what it should be, but regardless,
what does Annie think feminism is?
Regardless, people aren't ready for the conversation that feminism, I think, is a tax plot. It's just a plot to tax women, get women to go to work, we could tax their paychecks. People aren't ready for the conversation that the whole transgender popularity boost is a big pharma push. You transition a person, you got a customer for life, you make a shit ton of money off of them. But back in the day, Democrats would have noticed this. They would have been like, oh no, they're using us. They're creating social movements so that they can use us for money. But now,
may I add, even though I'm pro-choice, let's just remember Roe versus Wade was voted in the Supreme Court by all white men.
Yeah.
Can we just add that? So the same people you complain about that's like, oh, oppressing you, like they're the ones that signed it in. It was Republicans that were definitely... Ronald Reagan was the first one to sign a really aggressive abortion bill in California. A lot of people don't know that. This is stuff that they don't teach you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Republicans that voted for the Civil Rights Bill, by the way. White Republicans that voted for the Civil Rights Bill, and it was mostly Democrats that voted against it. If not all.
Yeah, it's Republicans that ended slavery. I mean, it's...
come on.
And they'll tell you that the party's flipped, and it's like, did they really flip? Because it's Democrats today who are saying shit like black people don't know what computers are. It's Democrats who are saying black people aren't smart enough to get IDs. It's black people it's Democrats who are saying... Literally, it's Democrats who will tell you that black people are fucking retarded and need to have their hand held while they cross the street. Did they really flip? Because to me, it sounds like one side is still pretty racist. Of course, racism.
It's
racism
infantilizing. Like,
will
have you
exist
seen the video of Gavin Newsom on a podcast saying how he lived hard?
Saying how he grew up on macaroni and cheese and Wonder Bread when he was a fucking rich.
Yeah. Dude, your dad was a lawyer for the fucking what are those
He was
oil
rich.
Tycoons.
Yeah, he was rich. That's
yeah. The not Gatsby's, the what is that museum in LA? Getty's. His dad was a lawyer for the oil Getty's. Like, come on. And he was making obviously millions of dollars. So I don't what the fuck?
Yeah. And there are just millennials who will just eat that shit up. Millennials will just look at that shit and say, yep, Gavin Newsom's my guy. And it's like, you're fucking retarded. You are absolutely fucking retarded. Gavin Newsom is like the first guy I think of when I think of like slimy politician who lies every time he talks. It's Gavin Newsom, but there are people that like him, and it's just very bizarre to me. It is kind of cultist, and again, there's cultish behavior on both sides. There are people on both sides that will stand up for their side no matter what. Like they could do anything, and they will defend Donald Trump or they will defend Gavin Newsom and Joe Biden, and it's just like, dude. It is just super weird. Yeah, I definitely think there are paid I think it's pretty factual. There are paid protesters. I wish I could get a job as a protester. I'd go out and hold up a fucking stupid sign and get paid some money. Yeah, Democrats definitely are the ones that think they're better than everybody. It's always funny to me how all the Democrat politicians, all the girls like AOC and whoever
they're always married to white guys.
Yeah, they're married to white dudes. They're always...
Or Don Lemon saying that white men are white men are the most dangerous people in America and right now, and it's like, you're married to one, dude. Radicalized
in the streets, colonized in the sheets. That's my favorite thing. AOC is one of the hottest chicks in the world, though. I gotta say, she's retarded. Okay,
all right. I think she's hot, but in the world,
she's retarded. But she's maybe like top 100 in the world at this point, dude. She's a babe.
I would say that. So you would fuck.
Oh, 100%. Dude, I would pretend. I would pretend like I'm a fucking gay, whatever, all day if I got to
fuck
hang out with
Trump,
AOC.
man. I love being.
Oh yeah, dude. I would vote for Gavin Newsom if I got to hook up with AOC.
Do you think that would be a good ticket? Fucking AOC Vice President Gavin Newsom as
they would end the world, dude. We would be in nuclear war tomorrow.
Like literally, like I think that's what I think that is what they're heading for. Either that or Kamala Harris is going to run again, which it looks like she is, and AOC is going to be someone's vice president. I know that for a fact.
All I know is, dude, I will mail in my vote for Gavin Newsom tomorrow if I got one night with AOC. All politics aside, I don't even care, dude. I'm mailing in my ballot tomorrow if I could get AOC's number. Give me AOC's number, and I will vote for Gavin Newsom.
Do you really want AOC's number?
Dude, I want AOC's fucking anything. I want her bathwater.
I'll message you. I have some info for you.
Hell yeah, I want to bring her on the show.
Really? So Fizzlegate can like be fucking.
Could you imagine Fizz popping off in chat? If we got AOC on the stream with Fizz in chat, it would. Oh my! She would leave. She would leave. She would sign off within like 20 minutes.
I'm sorry, guys, but I have to leave. Or is she gonna use her black voice? It ain't wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Your Fizzle gig is wrong, and I have to leave. It's
That'd
like
be great.
if you grew up in Westchester, New York, where it's 97% white. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I love the fake accents that they all.
And Gavin Newsom, like, yeah, he's like, yeah, man, like that was my life. You know,
It's like I was throwing the ball against the wall, like 500. Bro, what fucking? You didn't even play basketball to save your fucking life, brother.
Yeah, and when he was in Asia, remember he fell on the ground, like.
Dude, he was playing chess. He was playing chess, dude. That's what he was doing. Which, by the way, I love chess. I play chess, but I'm white. I can say that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not running for office. I don't have to pretend like I used to be black. So.
This guy really tried to pretend he was a. I can't believe he actually, dude. And people are eating it up. Like those guys on the podcast are pussies. Because I would have been like, dude, like what you're doing right now is very insulting. It's funny, but it's insulting. It's really insulting.
The thing is, my brother, he knows about this stuff. He was telling me, Steven Jackson was one of the guys on that podcast, and my brother's like, Steven Jackson's like one of the most hood rat fucking NBA players. My brother was saying, there's no way Steven Jackson bought that shit. But what probably happened is Gavin Newsom's team probably paid the podcast, so they don't want to ruffle the feathers and not get paid. So they have to go along with it. But my brother's like, dude, no way are real black dudes buying the Gavin Newsom I used to be black act. Let's be real. In the hood right now, they're probably punking on Gavin Newsom hard right now. But
yes,
that doesn't matter.
You can pull up Gavin Newsom's like college pictures where he's wearing fucking
the Burberry scarf.
and they're like, dude, you seen the memes? You should see the Twitter memes. They're fucking amazing. It's dude. Like my boy Gavin, but like The Boys in the Hood was autobiography about Gavin Newsom.
Dude, Gavin Newsom himself literally tweeted the picture of him in the scarf in August. This is how retarded people are on Twitter right now. This picture is on Gavin Newsom's Twitter from August 17th. He says, I missed that scarf. Somebody tweeted it, and he retweeted it. And now, not even 3 months later, Gavin Newsom's out here talking about how he grew up on Wonder Bread and macaroni and cheese when he's got this picture. This picture is on his Twitter right now. You know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that people will watch that podcast and eat that shit up. Like, oh yeah, this guy wearing a Burberry scarf was out there.
Look at this.
He was out there throwing a basketball at a wall 500 times. Jesus Christ.
Wonder Bread.
That is awesome.
Wonder Bread and mac and cheese.
Fizz, that's the thing. You will never hear Matt Barnes unfiltered on politics because Matt Barnes gets a big paycheck to say the right shit. That's the unfortunate fact. Matt Barnes talking about politics is basically the same as Gavin Newsom's view on politics. Yeah, pretty much. Dude, people have said, like Tucker Carlson has talked about how he's been out to dinner with Gavin Newsom in real life. And he's like, dude, in real life, Gavin Newsom is a totally normal, intelligent dude. But when he's on stage, he's getting that money. So he's got to talk like he grew up on Wonder Bread and macaroni and cheese. Like you got to make that paycheck. And that's how, it's like I always love to talk about Barack Obama and Donald Trump sitting around having a good fucking laugh at Jimmy Carter's
Yep.
funeral. Dude,
Yep.
they're all buddies. They're all
He
normal.
went on Charlie Kirk's show and was like, "Yeah, man, my son, he's the biggest fan of yours."
Yeah, they're
And I'm
all
like,
friends. They're all normal. They're all smart. They're all just actors.
it's a game, and we're not in it. That's what it is. Exactly what
Yeah.
it is.
Like there's no way you're telling me Obama comes out talking about how Donald Trump is a racist. He's doing this, he's doing that, and then just at Jimmy Carter's funeral, they're just having a good laugh together. Like, why would you, if you really believe that stuff, why would you even talk to that man?
Or look, he's a fascist. I'm like, why are you talking to a fascist? You're willfully talking to a fascist right now.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk was Gavin Newsom's first guest, and Gavin kind of got punked.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk made that comment about he closed down the schools for fucking 2 years or whatever, which it's funny. I was actually just thinking about that last night, that COVID was actually like really the first time in my life that I like was aware of like, oh, this is like a thing that's going to be written about extensively in the history books in like 50 years. I mean, 9/11 happened, but I was in like second grade. I don't remember anything about really what happened that day. But COVID for sure. Yeah. What's funny about COVID is COVID happened only like a year after I got off drugs. If COVID would have happened a year earlier, it would have been detrimental because at that time I was on heroin and I was relying on my stripper girlfriend for heroin money. And when
dude, imagine you getting the EDD while
well, the strip clubs for sure got shut down during COVID. So if COVID would have happened a year earlier, I would have been fucked. Like I would have had to go home and we would have been out of money because there'd be no strip club money to make. But it was, it's, I don't know. All these guys suck. These guys all suck. COVID fucked up my relationship with my kids.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think COVID fucked up a lot of people in ways that just don't get talked about nowadays. I mean,
yeah, it did. It fucked up a lot of things, man. Like,
people died. Kids didn't get to have graduations. Shit piss says it probably. I don't know. Shit piss. How did COVID affect you? It took me 8 months and 1K. Get back to court to make my baby mama. Let me see the kids again. Oh, fuck off, shit piss. So, by the way, Johnny, since you weren't here, on Monday, it was me and Protomax. We think shit piss and Fizz are the same person. See,
really?
There's Fizz already saying we're not the same person. Yeah. Monday night, Fizz was the only person in chat, and then this random person, shit piss, appeared, and just the way they were going back and forth. They might not. We're not for sure, but we think it's all Fizz.
Yeah, I can see that.
We think it's all just Fizz because when the chat dies out.
Shit piss been like shit piss hasn't even been in the
Shit piss showed up on Monday. The chat was very slow on Monday, so we think it was Fizz trying to help out chat get it going. So he just made another account, and
we should do. You know what? Everyone on chat should start doing that. Like create a separate page.
Yeah.
Get the chat going.
Everyone in chat needs to be 2 people at one time.
Yeah, it's just be like. But dude, like I really think the Instagram idea is gonna be crazy because if we all share like do the Instagram lives, it'll be fucking insane. I promise you.
Yeah, I probably should. I'll try to add the Instagram to You Wish I Was That Dead. That is true. That is true. Fizz is not that dedicated to the cause. Shit piss welding. During COVID I worked at a grocery store, and my grocery store was deemed essential, so I got to keep working too. It's funny.
Did you ever tell people to put their mask on like a dick?
No, people had to tell me to put my fucking mask on, and I didn't listen.
You should not get in this line without your mask on.
I got lucky and had a really cool boss, and my boss hated that shit. My boss got handed papers to make us sign to show that like we went and got shots and this and that, and he basically gave us the paper and said, you can just sign this and bring it back tomorrow, and I will trust that you did the right thing. And that was all. And
dude, I used to believe that shit was safe, but I got it. I got 2 because I had to for my job at the time, and I've been having heart issues ever since I took that. To be honest with you,
I've heard, and I'm sure they all affect people differently. I didn't get it, and it wasn't even for like a political. First of all, for the first chunk of COVID, I had relapsed, so I was on drugs, and then of course I'm not worried about getting fucking vaccinated when I'm on fentanyl. But And then by the time it was over, like by the time I cleaned up my act and got off, it was just kind of, and it wasn't for any political reason. I just was like, I don't need to go get this. I got it one time very early on. It passed. After like a week, I was fine. And say I never got any. I'm terrified of needles. Like I will cry as a grown man. I will cry if I have to get a shot. I don't even shoot up my drugs. So there's no way anybody was going to shoot me up with,
It's the best feeling, though. I'll tell you that much.
It's just the needles, dude. I just can't do the needles. But
yeah, I did the needles right here, right there. If you can see it on the camera, kind of over here too.
Yeah, no, even for, I mean, I'm more likely to do needles for drugs than I am for a vaccine.
Yeah. And then I used to do the black too, the aluminum foil and pop it. But yeah, dude, it's like the worst. It's like the worst.
I smoked everything. Smoking fentanyl honestly tastes fantastic. But
what? Fentanyl? Oh, dude, that's one. Okay, I've done every drug. I've done the zombie drug. I've done every fucking drug you can imagine. I've never touched fentanyl because I've always been scared because I had a friend who we were just fucking smoking meth and fucking partying all night, and we heard a thump. It was like boom, and then we didn't know that he was doing fentanyl. So we go in there, we hear another boom. We open the door, and like him and his girlfriend are like just out, and we're like, did he overdose or? And then the other girl that came out was like, no, they just smoke fat, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to do that. Like.
Fentanyl's awesome. Fentanyl feels like a hug from God, dude. It's incredible.
So it's better than H, pretty much.
Oh yeah. I will say, first of all, Fox News is just trying to scare you when they talk about it only takes a fucking speck of dust of fentanyl.
Well, that's a lie.
Bro, I've smoked my body weight in fucking fentanyl in like the course of like a month. I can tell you that much. Dude, my appetite for this stuff, that's the problem with me as an addict, is my tolerance and my appetite very quickly grows voracious to the point where like I'd be in my dealer's Motel 6 room smoking fentanyl, and I'd be sitting there smoking, and he would tell me, he'd be like, you need to leave. And I'm like, why? And he's like, if you're going to keep smoking that shit, I can't have you, passing out in here or getting hurt or die. Like, you need to leave if you're going to keep doing it. So like my appetite for this shit gets to the point where dealers are like scared of how much I'm doing. And I don't think you can overdose from smoking. I guess maybe with fentanyl it's different. I don't know. I just know that I smoked a shit ton. There is a great story of I was smoking in a bathroom in a motel room, and I was in perfect junkie mode where I'm so high that I'm basically sitting or standing, staring at myself in the mirror. When you're in a bathroom in a mirror and you're just fucking loaded and you're just like staring yourself.
Oh man. Oh.
And just the next thing I know, basically, the next thing I know, I just hear a fucking loud crash, and I wake up on the floor, and my mouth was bleeding, and I had basically just fallen and hit my mouth on the edge of the bathtub, and just standing up, just 1 second of standing up, the next second I just hear, pff, and then I wake up on the floor. But I'm weird like that, and it's fun. It's like, I think it's fun, and that's kind of like the dangerous part about me. I mean, some of the funnest times are like, you take a hit. You take a giant drink, you drink like half a water bottle, then you take a hit, you throw up all that water, you take another glug of water, you take a hit, you throw up all the water, it's just this constant cycle of just smoking and throwing up and smoking and throwing up. And I will have a blast. I will have a blast doing that shit. And it's weird. All the best stories are smoking in the bathroom, looking at myself in the mirror.
Dude, you look yourself in the mirror and you're fucking beaming like an angel. You're just like,
it's true.
Dude. Oh man, dude, like that is a fucking story. That's why I have never touched fat, dude. Like, not because I'm like we're gonna fucking die, but it's just like it's scary. Like, I'm a person that's all about uppers, and even when I was doing H, it would be like I would do the black, and then maybe 30 minutes after you get the stomach feeling from H, you just do the meth, and it wakes you up, and you're like, fuck yeah, let's go. And we would just fucking balance it out. But yeah, the fat dude, like, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I don't know how like people survive like doing that shit without caring. Because by even doing meth, I didn't give a shit about like, I didn't even fucking want to shower. I didn't want to do shit. All I want to do was smoke. So I could imagine fat, dude.
Oh yeah, on that stuff you never shower. It's because you're just content all the time. You're just content with everything. I could be like 3 months no shower, but I feel good.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel good, so it doesn't matter. Like I'm good. This look is good for me, and this guy's got to be on heroin. I got a comment on TikTok that I have screenshotted that I've been meaning to post on the Instagram for years. And it's actually kind of a good point. Somebody commented and said, "It sucks that fentanyl doesn't inspire artists the way that heroin used to." And the reason I think that's true is because heroin leaves you like with at least it leaves you with the ability to like play guitar. Like you can do heroin and still kind of operate. Fentanyl for the most part, unless you become like a functioning junkie and you raise your tolerance. But fentanyl for the most part, like, bro, you're doing that shit and you're crashing. Like you're lucky if you don't nod off. You're lucky if you're not throwing up. Like it's like 100 times stronger than heroin. Like I always say, heroin feels like a really nice warm hug from your girlfriend after a long hard day. Fentanyl feels like a really nice warm hug from God after a long hard day. Like
So you're telling me, like, how does it like? Because okay, in people that have done drug terms, that I can understand. Like, you're saying like when you smoke it, how like is it like? Is it kind of like morphine?
It's the
kind of
exact same thing
feeling?
as heroin, but 20 times stronger. And it's immediate and it tastes a lot better. It tastes kind of like a mix of candy and chemicals. It's got a chemically taste to it. And there's more of a head, like the head rush is like immediate. Like you inhale the first bit of smoke and it's like a fucking, and it tastes
Like
like
crack?
I've never smoked crack. That's the thing.
I used to do crack too.
I've accidentally tasted meth before. When I was on fentanyl, I was scrounging around my car floor for fentanyl crumbs to smoke, and I would accidentally smoke meth crumbs that were from my dealer. But I never inhaled them. I could taste immediately. I could taste this is not fentanyl, and I'd blow it out. And so I never got the
Really?
meth high. But yeah, uppers have always. I'm not a fan of. I've done cocaine twice in very poor settings. I will say I've done them in a dark room with my buddy. Like I've never gone to a club and done cocaine. I've always wanted to, but I don't have any friends that do that
Dude,
shit anymore.
well, I'm your friend and I do it. So
If I'm ever in LA,
Dude,
yeah, I would say like,
so
oh, we
could
should.
you do it and not have that like, oh man, I want to try fentanyl again or heroin again thing, right?
I can't imagine cocaine making me say. First of all, I don't have triggers. My triggers, it's kind of like what Steve-O says. My triggers are my eyelids when they wake up in the morning. Like there's nothing that I do that's like, damn, I wish I hit a fentanyl. I always wish I had hit a fentanyl. I'm just a junkie at heart, so that's why I can't be around this stuff. Like I just can't be around it. I can't. If it's in the same room as me, I will get it. If somebody has it in my general vicinity, I will take it. I will get it. I will pay you for it. I will beat you up and take it. Like I just can't be around it. But
Dude, yeah, fuck that. But yeah, for coke, yeah, dude. Cause see, here's the thing. So cocaine, like people think like they watch it. People that never do it, they watch movies and they think, oh man, you're just a crazy person, or you're like, I'm like, no, like that's mostly meth. What you see on TV is mostly what meth does to you.
yeah,
With cocaine, like for me, I still do it because it's like it's fucking fun. It's a social drug. Like it's normal. The people that run this world do cocaine. Do you think the people on Wall Street are fucking upstanding citizens that don't do drugs? Like they all do drugs.
I know I knew it wasn't like a crazy because like I said, the 2 times I did it, I got all that really happened was I was just very anxious and antsy, but that's because I was just sitting in a dark room watching Criminal Minds with my friend. But
Oh, that's fucking horrible.
I did get
'Cause
the
with coke-
feeling if I was in like if I don't dance, but like if I was dancing, like oh, this would get me kind of
Yeah.
it kind of made me feel like Kitty Foreman from that '70s show when she gets all fucking uppity and she's excited. Like
For all the people that want to try coke, you can always come to LA, and your boy will give it to you. But like for anyone that tries to try coke, never do it. Here's 2 rules. 2 rules for you. And I'm gonna do it like Scream movie style. There's 2 rules. Never do it in a dark room and never do it by yourself. If you're
yeah,
gonna do cocaine, you need to be in a fucking club. You need to be in an environment where people are having fun. More people are doing it. Make sure you're having alcohol to balance your shit out. Make sure you're good. Your shit is good. This is how to find bad cocaine. So if you have a bag, right? And this is what a dealer taught me. If you have a bag and you take your fucking iPhone You put a bag over the eye. You put a bag over it. If it's white, that's not cocaine. If it's yellow, that is cocaine. So make sure you do that if you want to do it, but make sure you're around other people. If you ever do drugs alone, you're in a bad place. I'm just going to let you know that. And I don't know if Beckett agrees to that.
Yeah, no, for sure. My fentanyl habit was my closet is right behind me. It's kind of just a dark little square space. That was my favorite thing to do, was get a bag of fentanyl. And
Jesus, that sounds awful.
I would just lay on the floor in my dark closet and use my phone light to illuminate what I was doing. And I'd just sit there and just get high.
That sounds fucking awful, dude.
That's like my safe haven. That is actually a trigger. I can't go in that closet. I mean, I can get my clothes out of there, but I can't spend too long in there because I'll start getting that itch. I'm like, fuck, dude. But,
so how do you get so you just like grab your clothes and like just...
It's just I just have shirts in there. I'll just grab a shirt and have most of the shirts I wear around the winter time are in my dresser over here. But yeah, that closet, I got a lot of memories in that closet.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories. But all right, I'm gonna call it here in a few minutes. I had to change the title on the YouTube because I put Billy Mitchell in the title.
Shit.
All I'm gonna say is, anybody who doesn't know about Billy Mitchell, the Donkey Kong champion of the world, go watch. There's a documentary on YouTube called The King of Kong. It's free. It's awesome. Dude, I would love to try to get that guy on the channel. I should find a way to try to reach out to him. It's funny because I want to, there's two sides to his story. Like, I could talk about bad and good, but I won't say anything bad just yet until I reach out to him and see if there's even any chance of him coming on. His YouTube channel's got like 50,000 subscribers. There's probably no chance, but I do still want to see if it'd be at all possible. He just is the ultimate bad guy, and I think he's awesome. I know he's got 5,000 subscribers. Maybe I could. They spoofed him in an episode of Regular Show on Cartoon Network, and he sued Cartoon Network. I think he lost the lawsuit, but yeah,
of course he did. What the hell?
I might try to message this guy and say, "Hey, Billy Mitchell, I've known about you for years. You should come on this channel." What
would I even say to him?
Dude, probably nothing. I'd probably just let Fizz talk to him. That's what I should do. I should just bring people on, and then neither of us will be on screen. It'll just be the guest and Fizz in chat. That's the way it should go. Max, you're good. We're about to get off anyways. It's been the first half of the stream was planned, and then we pretty much have just been improv in the last few topics. I changed the topic from Billy Mitchell to party drugs in the YouTube description, or the YouTube title.
We should bring on like Al Sharpton for a Fizzle gig. Let's see what happens. Let's bring on AOC for a fucking Fizzle gig.
Yeah, I wish I could get AOC on with Fizz in the chat.
I just want to see Fizzle gig too.
I would like to get AOC on if she was wearing like a crop top style shirt.
Yeah, that'll be dope. That'd be hot. That'd be fucking hot.
I wish I could get AOC on. So one of my dreams with the channel, once we're big enough, once we can start getting super chats, like where people donate money in the chat.
Yeah, that's it. I'm telling you, the social media, the Instagram, going live if we do go live on like the Instagram, the TikToks and all that, especially TikTok, it's gonna be mad people, dude. I'm telling you right now.
So what I want in my dream scenario on YouTube, a super chats or any kind of donation, anybody, what I want is, so like me and you, we're in the two squares on screen right now. When there's a third person there on the bottom, I would like to have a girl. Yeah. I would like to have a girl, just a hot chick. She's in the bottom square. She says nothing. She's just there. Whenever anybody donates $20 or more, she lifts up her shirt for like 30 seconds, or 10 seconds or whatever. It's YouTube, so we'd have to either, she either lifts up her shirt, but she still has a bra on, or she lifts up her shirt and she has nothing, but we put those like stickers that girls wear over their tits, like something like that. I want a girl on stream that will do some kind of showing her tits when people donate money to us. That would be like the incentive. Like, yeah, $20 or more, you get to see this whore's tits down below. I also just like the idea of having a hot girl on that just doesn't say anything at all. Like, she's just there. And we don't address her. When people in chat come in and they say, "What's up with the girl?" We just ignore it. And it's just this big mystery. There's just a hot chick on screen just to be there. But the thing is, we got to get famous enough to get girls that will subject themselves to things like that.
Well, they will. I do. There's so many, like, you have no idea. You pay a girl fucking $5 and you get the chance for them to be on fucking I don't know. You can do it at Craigslist, dude. I would pay everything if it meant we can get this channel to doing cool shit like that. I would personally.
We should go on Craigslist and just find like a fucking 47-year-old retarded bitch and get her to do it and like act like she's hot. It's like some meth addict homeless lady that we're just like, yeah, look at this hot chick down here. She'll show you her tits. It's just this retarded broad who's like 47 years old. Stuff like that would be great too. But yeah, no, the more just having hot chicks on screen is always a plus, like no matter what, whether they talk or not. And we could have some that would talk, I guess, if they want to, but I would like a girl that would just sit there and not say anything. And it would be like, why is she here? Well, why not? She's hot. And then yeah, the girl that lifts up her shirt every time somebody donates $20 or more. That is like for sure one of my biggest,
You would obviously, but how would you do that with like the making sure it doesn't like TikTok doesn't ban you and shit?
Well, it probably wouldn't be able to go on TikTok at all. I know with YouTube, we could probably do it, like I said, if she had a bra on or if she had those stickers on. Instagram, maybe. I'd probably just do stuff like that on YouTube, and Twitch might even ban it. Twitch, when I did the live stream of ranking the photos of Sydney Sweeney, Twitch banned that. Twitch banned me for like 24 hours. No nude photos at all. No nudity, but just for pulling up
What the fuck?
just for pulling up pictures of Sydney Sweeney in her underwear and ranking them. I had a S tier ranking list. The most successful live stream I've ever done on YouTube, by the way. Yeah, Twitch banned that shit. They had a problem with it. And I filed an appeal and I was like, there's no nudity. What are you banning? And they were like, no, this is sexual content. This can't be. Yeah, Twitch is weird like that. So it really, to have a hot chick on the stream lifting up her shirt would probably just be YouTube. But by the time I'm popular enough to get a girl, I'd have to pay her money. Like I'd be pretty popular before I could pull something like that off. I wish I had a slutty girlfriend, dude. If I was 19, I would have had this done last year because I just had girlfriends that were down to do shit like that. But now that I'm old and not as attractive, shit like that is harder. You got to have clout nowadays, and I have no clout. Whereas back in the day, I was just attractive and played guitar. That's all that really mattered.
But I mean, you had the meme page, dude. I mean, like, dude, if you connected your when we post videos, if you connect your meme page,
no,
to this page,
those people don't. Those people don't care. I tried that when I first started this page because those people are there for Charlie Manson. That's literally what they're there for. It was a Charles Manson page, and I started posting clips from the YouTube channel on there. And they'd get like 4 likes.
No way.
Out of that 10,000, they'd get like 4 likes. I felt bad because, I deceived them. I basically was like, hey, I'm going to post Charles Manson stuff for a year. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, here's me making fart jokes. Don't you guys like this too? And everyone's like, no, what the fuck is this? And people started unfollowing. And yeah, you can't do that. You can't switch it up on people like that because they'll.
Yeah, not too much. Yeah.
They'll drop you real quick. And I learned that. I thought I was being clever. I was like, oh, I'll build up this following of like-minded people. Because I always did funny stuff. Like I would do humorous things related to Charles Manson, or funny true crime jokes and shit. But
what the fuck is with people not understanding how to change? What? My batteries for sure changed. That stereotype doesn't work over here.
Fizz is trying to keep this shit going. I'm talking about how we're about to get off, and Fizz is like, wait, I got one more thing to say. All right.
I was gonna say, you about to get off? Oh, okay.
Well, does anyone else have anything? I don't know. What do we got to pop off with real quick before we go?
No, I don't know. I mean, we should do a sometime this upcoming week. We should do the Evan thing. So hit me up for that, and so I can give him a clear date of what we're doing, and then also we should do a live where we do it for hours. Like we just go on TikTok and we do it. Not on like a Wednesday, like a weekend or something. Like I would say, let's do it on a fucking Sunday, or something,
Yeah, I've been talking about for a while.
We do like 6 hours of just fucking around.
Yeah, no, I've said for a while I either want to do an all-night stream or like we get on at like 1 p.m. and just go until like midnight or some shit. But because it gives more people time to just stumble upon the stream, which used to happen. We used to get strangers. I mean, that's not like how Fizz found the channel. He just stumbled across the channel one day. That's how we got.
How many viewers is up there like right now? Like 4 or 5 or?
On YouTube's end, it says 4. Throughout the stream, we've had 16 people stop by.
Oh, okay, cool.
But Gosh, it'd be awesome if we had Discord to talk after hours.
Dude, yeah. I love fucking Discord. That would be good.
I think, yeah, I think someday soon we should do we'll do like a longer stream, either like all day or all night or something. I'll hit you up about the Evan thing. This Friday, Fizz, I'll probably be live at like 1 p.m. with that clown. It'll just be like a Halloween special. I might bust out my skull mask that I have back here I'll make it like a little Halloween extravaganza. I don't know what I'm gonna talk to this guy about. I don't like his fucking music. Now that we're like 2 hours into the stream and I'm not worried about him seeing this, I don't like his fucking music.
What if he's like watching right now and he sees it, or he goes on YouTube and sees this?
Honestly, I should make him see this, because it'd be funny to have a clown on that I argue with on stream, and to have this clown come on and talk shit to me or something would actually be kind of funny. I want it to be like a comedy thing, but I don't want him to come on and be like, "Oh yeah, I want to talk about my new single. I was real inspired by Radiohead." I'm like, "No, dude, I want to talk
just
to you
fuck
about,
off.
yeah, I want to talk about clown Halloween shit." I'll make a Discord and set everything up and give you ownership. I was gonna say, damn near, I would say do that. No, Fizz, I will make a Discord. I just want to hit at least 1,000. Like, the subscriber count has to have a K in it. Dude, literally, Fizz, it would literally be only you. I don't know why you think that would be fun. I'm not gonna be in the Discord. If there's no girls in it, I'm not gonna be in it. So I mean, there'd be nobody in the Discord except for you. But even if we hit 1,000 subscribers, I don't think that would change. But just for the sake of saying I will, like, as a goal, I will make a Discord once we hit 1,000 subscribers. I mean, we're more than halfway there. I don't know what to tell you guys. We've been stuck at like 660 something for a while. The Halloween video is not like any kind of changer as of right now. I still have some other ideas though. There's just stuff I got to keep working on. But yeah. I guess other than in the Discord, does anyone else have anything to pop off about?
No, that's it, man.
I've been doing the streaming thing for a while. I mean, like, you've been streaming, or you've been in the chat on stream? All right, whatever. We're out. I'm gonna hit the outro.
All right, dude.
All right, good time.
Rock and roll.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning.
Sometimes I think I'm drunk and then I realize I am drunk. Sometimes I